Welcome to another video, family. Today's video is going to be entitled How Our Brother Esau Became Pale Skin, how he became white. So with that, I'm going to be reading a very unknown history of our brother Esau and his travels and his business dealings in medieval times. And this will explain how our brother Esau became white. I'm going to be reading from the internet here. It's a piece entitled Were the Radhanite Jews Involved in the Medieval Slave Trade? Radhanite is spelled Radhanites. Were the Radhanite Jews involved in the medieval slave trade? Okay, so here we go. Ibn Khordad Bey said China was a destination for Radhanite Jews who brought boys, female slaves from Europe to sell to any local. During the Middle Ages, Jews acted as slave traders in Slavonia, North Africa, Baltic states, Central and Eastern Europe, and later Spain and Portugal, and Majorca. The most significant Jewish involvement in the slave trade was in Spain and Portugal during the 10th and 15th centuries, when Muslims, or the Moors, ruled the Iberian Peninsula. Records of long-distance Jewish slave merchants date at least as far back as 492 AD, when Pope Gelasius permitted Jews to import non-Christian slaves into Italy at the request of a Jewish friend from Telesina Valley. By the turn of the 6th to the 7th century, Jews had become the chief slave traders in Italy and were active in Gallic territories. Pope Gregory the Great issued a ban on Jews possessing Christian slaves lest the slaves convert to Judaism. By the 9th and 10th centuries, Jewish merchants, sometimes called Radhanites, were a major force in the slave trading continent-wide. Jews were one of the few groups who could move and trade between the Christian and Islamic worlds. Ibn Khordad Bey observed and recorded routes of Jewish merchants in his Book of Roads and Kingdoms, from the south of France to Spain, carrying, among other things, female slaves, eunuchs, and young slave boys. He also notes Jews purchasing Slavic slaves in Prague. Letters of Agobard, Archbishop of Lyons, Acts of the Emperor Louis the Pious, and the 75th canon of the Council of New Paris of 845 confirms the existence of a route used by Jewish traders with Slavic slaves through the Alps to Lyon, to southern France, to Spain. Toll records from Wallenstadt in 842-843 indicate another trade route through Switzerland, the Septimer and Splugen passes to Venice, and from there to North Africa. As German rulers of Saxon dynasties took over the enslavement and slave trade of Slavs in the 10th century, Jewish merchants bought slaves at the Elbe, sending caravans into the valley of the Rhine. Many of these slaves were taken to Verdun, which had close trade relations with Spain. Many would be castrated and sold as eunuchs as well. Jews continued to own slaves during the 16th through the 18th centuries, and ownership practices were still governed by biblical and Talmudic laws. Myriad Hebrew and other sources indicate that owning slaves, particularly women of Slavic origin, were uniquely prevalent during this period among the Jewish households of the urban centers of the Ottoman Empire. So many of these Jews were not only dealing in Slavic women, they were also interbreeding. They had them in their harems. They were having children with these Slavic women. And throughout time, this is how our brother Esau went from being dark skinned to being pale skinned. Okay, you can do a little more research about the Radhanite slave trade on your own. It is a very secretive and hidden history that has been covertly hidden from the masses of people from history. You can do this research on your own and find out exactly what was going on in the medieval or the Dark Ages. With that, I'm going to say enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Please share the video, hit the like button, leave your comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Shalom.